Though it may have slowed some, the housing market is still red hot in Texas. But with limited supply in some areas and historically low interest rates, prices are still high. And that's why the Department of Veterans Affairs wants to make sure veterans and eligible service members know what benefits are available to help them buy a home, build or retain one. Jeffrey London, director of the Loan Guarantee Service with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, joins us to talk more about this. Good morning, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Anytime
somebody hears about cost savings, especially when it comes to buying a home or improving one's home, you definitely get their attention. So what sort of benefits are we talking about here for our veterans?
Sure. I believe that the VA home loan benefit is the best option bar none for veterans and service members. First, there's no down payment required. VA has the lowest interest rates in the entire mortgage industry. Also, there are low closing costs, and there's no mortgage insurance, and that alone can save veterans and service members upwards of $300 alone each month. And the great news is this is a lifetime benefit that can be used over and over again.
Which service members are eligible for the VA home loan, and is it just service members?
Sure. So most service members are eligible as long as they have an other than dishonorable discharge and they serve their full length of service. Also, active duty service members, so folks who are still in uniform today, after 90 days of active duty service, they're automatically eligible for the program. And then members of the National Guard and Reserves are also eligible for the program as long as they meet character of service and length of service requirements. And just recently, for members of the National Guard, Congress passed a law last year where if they served 90 days on federal missions and at least 30 of those days were consecutive, they're also eligible for the program as well. And then certain surviving spouses of service members can utilize the benefit too.
So where does one begin the process of getting a VA home loan? Getting a home loan in general can be daunting, can be intimidating. The VA is trying to make it a little easier.
Oh, absolutely. The first thing that a veteran or service member will need to do is request what's called a certificate of eligibility. The good news is veterans can request that certificate on their own. If they have an e-benefits account, they can go to ebenefits.gov and request it. Also, they can choose a lender, and the lender can request that certificate on behalf of the veteran. And over 90% of those requests are done instantaneously. And the majority of requests are fulfilled within one day. So we make it very easy to navigate that process. So the first thing that I would say to do, besides requesting their certificate, is to choose a real estate agent or a lender that the veteran trusts, and they can help them navigate the process.
Now, this isn't limited to just buying a home. As mentioned in our introduction here, this is also applicable, the VA loan also applicable to making repairs or retaining a home?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we've seen, especially with the historically low interest rates that you mentioned, a lot of veterans are taking advantage of those rates and are actually lowering their current mortgage loan to take advantage of that to lower their monthly payment and also the interest rate on the life of the loan overall, which can save thousands of dollars over many years. And so there are also veterans who may need repairs to their home, and they can actually work with a lender to make those adjustments on their existing home as well. So there's many benefits to having a VA loan, including financial assistance if they're facing difficulties in making their mortgage payments.
And then finally, Jeffrey, where can our viewers go to get more information? You did mention a website. Is there anywhere else that they should turn to?
Sure, they actually can call VA directly at 877-827-3702, and we have trained individuals that are knowledgeable about the home loan process, and they can walk them through any of the things that we've talked about today.
Helping make the American dream that much easier to achieve. Jeffrey London, director of the Loan Guarantee Service with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Jeffrey, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.